Hello everybody, I'm Jana from Sydney Visa. In this video we have information about the proposed changes to the immigration program to Australia for businessmen, entrepreneurs and investors. The popularity of migration to Australia through the business visa stream is well known. The size of the program has grown significantly in the recent years. Demand significantly exceeds supply. Historically, quotas for business visas have been fulfilled 2 to 4 months prior to the end of the financial year, and this is partially related to the long processing times for these visas. Today, the processing time for business visas averages between 25 to 30 months. This year, the quotas have been doubled from 6,800 roughly to 13,500 places. We will have to evaluate whether this reduces the processing time by the end of this financial year. Let's take a look at the proposed changes to the business stream program. From 1st of July 2021, business and investment programs will be simplified from the current 7 streams down to 4 streams. Namely, Visa 132, and that's the only visa that led directly to permanent residence, will be scrapped. Both streams of the visa, the significant business history stream and the venture capital entrepreneur stream, are being cancelled. Also, the 15 million investment visa will be cancelled as of 1st of July 2021. The remaining 4 streams of business investment migration will be subject to some changes in the financial criteria. Namely, so the requirement for the Business Innovation 188A business owner visa will be increased. The applicants will need to owe 1.25 million Australian dollars in assets, and that's up from the current $800,000, and have an annual business turnover of $750,000, which is up from the current $500,000. Secondly, the entrepreneur visa 188E, the requirement to obtain the $200,000 Australian funding will be waived, which is good news for many. What additional criteria this visa will be loaded with instead of this requirement is not yet known. Most likely, it will be some kind of a minimum asset bar. It is clear that you must have a convincing business plan and funds to implement this plan. You'll need a good English, at least IELTS all 6s. And then if you meet this criteria, you enter into the program onto the temporary visa 188, and will have 2 to 3 years to build up the business in Australia to a certain level, to the level that is required by the visa, and after this you'll be able to apply for your PR 888. It can be assumed that this will be a fairly popular business stream visa, which would suit many small entrepreneurs as well as self-employed professionals. Also, we are thinking that it might be suitable for former students who are in Australia on 485 graduate visa, who are unable to complete the professional program. Another change is that the investment portfolio structure requirement might change for the 5 million investor visa. It is likely that the requirement will shift towards riskier assets like venture funds. Currently, the investment portfolio structure required for $5 million visa is 10% in venture funds that invest in startups and small private companies, 20% in investment funds of developing companies, and then 70% in other investment funds operating in the Australian Stock Exchange, and that buy any Australian assets. So as I said, we are expecting that 10% figure to be increased. Holders of a temporary business stream visa will be able to apply for a permanent visa after 3 years. Now it is 4 years. So provided, of course, that they meet the criteria. In addition, the duration of the temporary visa will be increased from 4 to 5 years, which gives the applicants more time to build up their business to the required criteria. It is likely also that the point test for business visas will be adjusted. It is proposed that additional points for higher investments, higher than the minimum, will be applied. Also, additional points might be given for setting up a business in regional Australia, and priority visa processing is being proposed for the loyalty to the regional business. Interestingly, currently all business visas are in almost the highest priority for the Australian government. Ahead are only visas related to COVID-19. So on the priority list, business visas are second out of the 5. So if you are applying for a business visa and establishing a business in regional Australia, which is another focus of Australian government, you pretty much have a green light all the way. Please be mindful that not all of the information about the proposed changes is yet available. Full information is expected to be published in about a month or 2. You should also consider that the proposed change in business program is still assumed. Real changes will come when they acquire the force of law. It's possible that not all of the provisions discussed will become law, as it was, for example, with the widely discussed law on citizenships a few years ago. As soon as more details are available or the law has been introduced, we will definitely record a separate video. So stay tuned and subscribe to the channel. Well, that is it for now. Please like the video, share it with your friends. Cheers from down under. Goodbye.